The massive screen at Earth's Deep Space Monitoring Station pulsed with an unusual pattern of lights. Commander James Walker stood before it, his weathered face illuminated by the soft blue glow. His 20 years of experience told him this was different from anything they'd seen before. "Sir, the gravitational wave patterns are getting stronger," said Robert, the young analyst at the main console. His fingers moved quickly across the holographic display, bringing up more data streams. "They don't match any known natural phenomena." Walker nodded slowly, his gray eyes fixed on the screen. He'd been waiting for this moment for the past 5 years, ever since they found the ruins on Mars. The public thought the Mars base was just another scientific outpost, mining rare minerals and conducting basic research. They had no idea about the ancient warning carved into those underground chambers. "Send the alert to Central Command," Walker ordered, his voice steady despite the weight of the moment. Authorization code Walker 7 Delta. The message would trigger a chain of events that had been planned for decades. Humanity had learned from the Martian ruins that they weren't alone in the galaxy, and more importantly, that not everything out there was friendly. The extinct Martian civilization had left detailed records of their destruction at the hands of an alien coalition that preyed on developing worlds. But Earth had done something the Martians hadn't. They'd prepared in absolute silence. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, General Emma Stone received the alert in her underwater command center. She stood in the heart of humanity's most secret military installation, surrounded by screens showing the status of Earth's hidden defenses. The chamber buzzed with controlled activity as officers monitored the global defense network. "Status report," she commanded, her voice carrying across the room. "All orbital platforms remain undetected, General," reported Captain Mark Thompson. "The cloaking systems are functioning at optimal levels. No signs of degradation in the shield network." For over 100 years, every space launch the public saw had been accompanied by a secret payload. Piece by piece, humanity had constructed a defensive grid around their planet, hidden behind technology that made it invisible to even the most advanced sensors. The same technology that had failed to save Mars now protected Earth, improved upon by generations of human scientists. At the lunar base, hidden beneath the crater Shackleton, Dr. Alan White studied the incoming data from the deep space arrays. The gravitational disturbances matched exactly with the patterns described in the Martian archives. Someone was using faster-than-light travel to observe their solar system. "Commander Walker," he called through the quantum communication link. "The pattern matches the Martian records. It's them, the same coalition that destroyed Mars." Walker felt a chill run down his spine, but also a sense of grim satisfaction. Humanity had guessed right. They'd found the ruins just in time, giving them nearly 2 centuries to prepare while maintaining perfect radio silence. To any outside observer, Earth appeared to be just another developing world, still arguing over fossil fuels and struggling with basic spaceflight. The reality was very different. In orbit, thousands of advanced weapon platforms remained hidden, waiting. Deep underground bases housed fleets of ships that had never seen the light of day. Every human government, despite their public differences, worked together in secret to prepare for this moment. "Begin Phase 1, General Stone ordered. Her command activated protocols across the globe. In every major city, hidden bunkers powered up. Military installations disguised as office buildings came to life. Yet on the surface, nothing changed. Earth maintained its carefully crafted image of a somewhat primitive world." Walker turned to his team. "Remember your training. Everything continues as normal. Let them think they're undetected. Let them think we're blind." He walked to the window of the monitoring station, looking up at the stars. Somewhere out there, the aliens who had destroyed Mars were watching, probably planning another peaceful first contact that would end in colonization or extinction. But Earth was ready. Humanity had learned from the Martians' mistakes. They wouldn't respond to any messages. They wouldn't reveal their true capabilities. They would wait, hidden behind their invisible shield, until the perfect moment. Let them come, Walker thought. We've been preparing for this moment for generations. The greatest deception in human history was about to begin. Admiral Maria Ross stood at the command center of Earth's hidden orbital station, watching the holographic display of the solar system. Her dark uniform bore no insignia. There was no need for ranks or flags here in humanity's most secret installation. Shield integrity at 100%, reported Officer John Miller, his voice echoing in the vast chamber. All cloaking systems functioning perfectly. The shield, as they called it, was humanity's masterpiece. Thousands of satellites and defense platforms orbited Earth in perfect silence, invisible to any scanning technology. Each piece had been launched under the cover of civilian missions, weather satellites, and space junk over the past century. "Show me the approaching probe," Ross ordered. The hologram zoomed in on a small object moving through the outer solar system. It looked innocent enough, just another piece of space rock to any normal scanner. But humanity's advanced detection systems, reverse-engineered from Martian technology, told a different story. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, in the underwater command center, General Stone watched the same feed. "Admiral Ross, are you seeing these readings?" "Yes, General. The alien probe is scanning everything, just like the Martian archives warned us about. They think they're being subtle." The two women shared a knowing look through their quantum communication link. Humanity had spent generations preparing for this moment, building a military force unlike anything Earth had seen before. In the Arizona desert, beneath what appeared to be an abandoned mining facility, rows of spacecraft sat ready in their underground hangars. These weren't the clumsy rockets the world saw on television. These ships carried weapons and defensive systems that would have seemed like magic even 50 years ago. Captain David Turner walked along the rows of ships, checking their status. Each one represented decades of secret development, combining human innovation with recovered Martian technology. The public still thought humans were struggling to plan a mission to Mars. If they only knew that human ships could now cross the solar system in days. "All ships report ready, Admiral," Turner reported through his secure link. Similar reports came in from hidden bases across the globe. The alien probe was getting closer now. It would reach Jupiter's orbit in a few days, but Earth was ready. The quantum entanglement communication system allowed humanity's forces to coordinate without sending a single detectable signal into space. "Update from Lunar Base," Officer Miller announced. Dr. White's team has decoded more of the probe's scan patterns. They match the Mars archives exactly. Same alien coalition. Same tactics. Ross nodded grimly. The ruins on Mars had warned them about this. The alien coalition always followed the same pattern. Send probes, scan for technology levels, then make peaceful contact with developing worlds. Worlds that always seemed to end up either enslaved or destroyed. But Earth had a plan. "Begin power reduction sequence," Ross ordered. Across the globe, power plants began a carefully choreographed show. Cities dimmed slightly, industrial output decreased, all making Earth appear less developed than it really was. In orbit, the shield's cloaking systems adjusted automatically, hiding the subtle changes from the alien probe sensors. To any observer, it would look like normal fluctuations in a developing world's power grid. "Probe will pass Mars orbit in 6 hours," Miller reported. In the lunar base, Dr. White and his team monitored every signal the probe emitted. Each scan, each transmission was captured and analyzed. The aliens thought they were gathering intelligence on a primitive world. Instead, humanity was learning about their technology. "They're using the exact same scanning frequencies mentioned in the Martian archives," White reported to Admiral Ross. "They haven't innovated in centuries. They still think they're the most advanced species in this sector of space." Ross allowed herself a small smile. Humanity's greatest advantage was that they appeared weak. While other species showed off their technology and fought for dominance, humans had built their strength in absolute silence. "Let them think we're primitive," Ross said. "Let them think we're an easy target. When they finally come, thinking they'll find a helpless world." She looked at the holographic display of Earth's hidden defenses. They'll learn that humanity has teeth. The alien probe continued its approach, unaware it was being watched, unaware that its every move was being analyzed by the silent guardians of Earth, unaware that humanity was not the easy prey they thought they'd found. The trap was set. Now they just had to wait. The alien transmission arrived exactly as the Martian archives had predicted it would. It came on all frequencies, broadcasting in thousands of Earth languages. The message played on every radio, television, and communication device across the globe. Greetings, people of Earth. We come in peace. In the underground command center, General Stone watched the transmission with cold eyes. The alien spokesperson on the screen looked almost human-like, clearly chosen to seem non-threatening. Its message spoke of sharing technology, helping Earth develop, and welcoming humanity into a greater galactic community. They're using the exact same speech they used on Mars, Dr. White said through the quantum link. He sat in his lunar base laboratory, comparing the transmission to the warnings found in the Martian ruins, word for word in some parts. General Stone pressed a button on her command console. Initiate Dark Forest Protocol. Across the planet, lights began to go out, not in panic or chaos, but in a carefully orchestrated sequence that had been practiced for years. Major cities dimmed their lights. Factories reduced their output. Power plants scaled back their operations. To any watching eyes in space, it would appear as if Earth was experiencing a massive technology failure. All global leaders are confirmed in their bunkers, reported Captain Turner from his desert base. Civilian response teams are activated. Everyone knows their role. The alien message continued playing, now showing images of advanced cities and spectacular technology. They promised to help Earth achieve the same level of development, to cure diseases, to end poverty. It was a perfect trap, designed to appeal to a developing world's dreams and ambitions. But humanity had read this story's ending in the Martian ruins. Second wave of power reductions complete. Admiral Ross reported from the orbital station. Satellite networks are switching to minimal operation mode. All essential communications now running through quantum channels. On the surface, Earth was transforming. Hidden holographic systems, far more advanced than anything the aliens could detect, projected the image of a world in crisis. Cities appeared to struggle with failing power grids. Satellites seemed to malfunction and go dark. Military bases converted to their primitive-looking cover operations. The alien message paused, waiting for Earth's response. There was none. In space, the probe that had been watching Earth adjusted its position. New signals began broadcasting, these ones more urgent. The aliens were puzzled by Earth's silence, by the sudden reduction in technology signals. They're scanning us more intensively now, Officer Miller reported from his station, using all their standard frequencies. Let them look, General Stone said. Let them see exactly what we want them to see. The holographic systems were humanity's greatest achievement, based on principles found in the Martian ruins but refined far beyond what the aliens could imagine. They could make Earth appear exactly as primitive as humanity wanted it to look. Scout ships detected, Admiral Ross announced. 3 vessels, approaching from beyond lunar orbit. They're using their standard cloaking technology. Dr. White laughed softly. The same cloaking technology they used on Mars. They haven't improved it in all these centuries. They still think it's undetectable. The scout ships entered Earth orbit, completely unaware that humanity could track their every move. They watched Earth's cities going dark, saw the seemingly chaotic reduction in technology signals, observed what appeared to be a civilization in decline. They're broadcasting to their fleet, Miller reported, sending assessment data. Through the quantum link, all of Earth's hidden command centers received the translated alien transmission. The scouts reported that Earth was experiencing some kind of technological collapse. They suspected internal conflicts, perhaps wars over dwindling resources. Their conclusion: Earth would be even easier to conquer than they had initially thought. General Stone allowed herself a small smile. Send word through the quantum network. All forces maintain current status. Let them think we're falling apart. The alien message continued playing on Earth's devices, promising peace and prosperity. But in hidden bunkers, underground bases, and cloaked orbital stations, humanity's real technology hummed with power. The shield remained invisible, its weapons primed. The secret fleet waited in their hidden hangars. Let them come, Stone thought. Let them think we're weak and frightened. Let them think we're dying. The real message, humanity's message, would come later. And it would only be sent once. Commander Tom Reynolds watched the alien scout ships through the hidden sensors of his mountain base. The massive underground facility, disguised as an abandoned military bunker, tracked every movement of the visitors. 3 alien ships now orbited Earth, their crews completely unaware they were being studied. They're launching surface probes, reported Anna, his sensor specialist. Looks like they're targeting major cities. Reynolds smiled. The aliens were following their standard playbook, exactly as the Martian archives had predicted. They always sent small probes to study primitive worlds up close, gathering data before the main invasion fleet arrived. Let's give them something interesting to look at, he said. Across the globe, hidden holographic projectors activated. When the alien probes descended toward New York, they saw a city struggling with failing technology. Broken-down cars lined the streets. People walked or rode bicycles. The few working vehicles appeared primitive, running on fossil fuels. In the underwater command center, General Stone monitored the deception. Status report on the holographic grid. Working perfectly, Reynolds responded through the quantum link. The aliens are recording everything. Their probes are especially interested in our primitive power plants. The power plants were actually just shells, fake buildings hiding advanced fusion reactors deep underground. What the aliens saw were smoke-belching facilities burning coal and oil, seemingly struggling to maintain even basic power output. In orbit, Admiral Ross watched the alien scouts' reactions. They're completely fooled. Their scans show exactly what we want them to see: a civilization going backward, losing its technological edge. The alien probes continued their survey, moving from city to city. They saw carefully crafted scenes of a world in decline, hospitals using outdated equipment, schools with simple computers, factories with basic assembly lines, everything designed to make Earth look vulnerable. New transmission from the alien fleet, Dr. White reported from the lunar base. They're debating whether to launch their guidance program early. Everyone knew what that meant. The Martian archives had detailed the aliens' guidance program, a fancy name for their conquest strategy. They would offer help to struggling worlds, then slowly take control of their resources and technology. Show me their fleet positions, Reynolds requested. A holographic display in his command center lit up, showing hundreds of alien ships gathering at the edge of the solar system. Their numbers were growing daily. The aliens thought they were hiding their fleet behind Jupiter, using the giant planet's magnetic field as cover. They have no idea we can see them, Anna said, watching the display. Our quantum sensors pick up everything. The aliens' technology was advanced by most standards, but it had barely changed in centuries. They had grown comfortable, confident in their superiority. They never imagined that a primitive world could develop something better. Surface probe approaching Beijing, an officer reported. Reynolds watched as the holographic systems there activated. The aliens would see China's largest city apparently struggling with basic infrastructure. Their probes would record people using primitive smartphones, old-style internet cafes, and outdated transportation. Deep underground, Beijing's real technology continued operating at full capacity. Quantum computers processed data at unimaginable speeds. Advanced transportation systems moved silently through hidden tunnels. The city's true face remained invisible to the watching aliens. They're launching their final probe sweep, Admiral Ross announced. Looks like they're almost convinced. The alien scouts had spent days studying Earth, building a complete profile of what they thought was a failing civilization. Every scan, every observation confirmed what they wanted to believe, that Earth would be an easy conquest. In his mountain base, Reynolds watched the final pieces of humanity's deception fall into place. The aliens had recorded thousands of hours of fake data, all showing exactly what humanity wanted them to see. "General Stone," he called through the quantum link, "the scouts are preparing to return to their fleet. Should we maintain current status?" "Affirmative," Stone replied. "Let them go. Let them report that we're weak and failing. Let them think this will be an easy victory." Reynolds looked at the real data streaming across his screens, weapons systems at full power, shield networks operating perfectly, hidden fleets ready for launch. Earth's true strength remained invisible, waiting. The trap was almost ready. Soon, the aliens would return in force, expecting to find a helpless world. They would find something very different instead. Captain Lisa Moore stood in the hidden lunar base, watching Earth through the base's quantum sensors. The alien invasion fleet had finally started moving. Hundreds of ships, emerging from behind Jupiter, were forming attack positions. "They're not even trying to hide anymore," she said to her crew. "They think we can't see them coming." The lunar base, buried deep beneath the moon's surface, was humanity's most advanced military installation. Its massive hangar bays held ships that no alien had ever seen. Its weapon systems had never been tested in real combat. Until today. "Fleet status update," came Admiral Ross's voice through the quantum link. "They'll reach optimal strike range in 6 hours. On Earth's surface, the deception continued. Cities remained dim, showing only minimal power usage. Fake radio transmissions filled the air with primitive communications. To the approaching alien fleet, humanity appeared completely unaware of what was coming. "All defense stations report ready," General Stone announced from her underwater command center. "Ground forces are in position. Underground bases are fully powered." The aliens had taken the bait completely. Their scout ships had returned with reports of a failing civilization, ripe for conquest. Now their main fleet approached with overwhelming force, expecting no real resistance. In the mountain base, Commander Reynolds monitored the alien communications. "They're already dividing up Earth's resources," he reported, his voice tight with controlled anger. "Planning their humanitarian aid missions to different regions. Just like Mars," Dr. White added from his research station. "The archives showed us exactly how they operate. Pretend to help, then take everything." But this time would be different. This time, their target was ready. Captain Moore walked through her lunar base's main control room, checking each station. Hidden sensors tracked every alien ship. Weapon systems remained powered down but ready. The quantum communication network hummed silently, coordinating Earth's defense forces without sending a single detectable signal. "Alien fleet entering lunar orbit range," announced her tactical officer. "Their formation suggests a standard encirclement pattern." "Let them think they're being clever," Moore replied. "Let them position themselves exactly where we want them." The alien ships moved with absolute confidence, spreading out to surround Earth. Their own sensors showed them exactly what humanity wanted them to see: a planet with primitive defenses, outdated satellites, and no real military space presence. In orbit, Admiral Ross watched from her cloaked command station as the alien fleet approached. The shield's thousands of hidden platforms tracked each enemy vessel, calculating firing solutions that the aliens couldn't imagine possible. "All orbital defense units confirm ready," Ross reported through the quantum network. "Shield power systems at maximum capacity." On Earth, the last pieces of humanity's trap were falling into place. Underground bases sealed their blast doors. Hidden weapon installations powered up behind their cloaking fields. The largest military force ever assembled by mankind waited in perfect silence. "Alien fleet launching landing craft," Reynolds reported from his mountain base. "They're starting with major cities, just like the Martian archives described." General Stone's voice came through the quantum link, calm and determined. "All forces hold position. Let them commit fully to the attack." Captain Moore watched the alien ships spread out above Earth, their weapons charging. They thought they were being cautious, preparing for minimal resistance. They had no idea they were positioning themselves perfectly for Earth's counterattack. "Enemy flagship broadcasting," announced Moore's communication officer. "They're sending their final warning message." The alien message played through the command center. "People of Earth, your civilization has proven unable to manage itself. For your own good, we are assuming control. Do not resist. Accept our guidance, and you will prosper." Moore looked at her tactical display. The alien fleet had stopped moving, perfectly positioned in Earth's trap. Their ships floated confidently in orbit, weapons charged, ready to begin their humanitarian mission. "All stations report ready," came Admiral Ross's final check, waiting for command authorization. In her underwater base, General Stone looked at the master display. Everything humanity had prepared for centuries was ready. The shield was charged. The hidden fleet was ready to launch. Every weapon was aimed. The aliens had walked right into position, believing they were the hunters. They were about to learn they were the prey. "Prepare for activation on my mark," Stone ordered. "Let's show them what humanity can really do." The trap was set. The time for hiding was almost over. General Stone stood in her underwater command center, watching the final seconds count down. The alien fleet hung above Earth, weapons charged, ready to begin their conquest of what they thought was a helpless world. "All command stations, execute final authorization codes," she ordered through the quantum network. "Prepare to reveal humanity's true face." From her orbital station, Admiral Ross spoke the first code. "Shield Command, Authorization Ross Alpha 1. In the lunar base, Captain Moore added her key. "Lunar Command, Authorization Moore Beta 2. Commander Reynolds completed the sequence from his mountain fortress. "Ground Command, Authorization Reynolds Gamma 3. The alien fleet never saw it coming. In a single instant, Earth's entire defense network revealed itself. The shield, humanity's masterpiece, dropped its cloaking field. Thousands of defense platforms appeared in perfect formation around the planet, their weapons already locked on target. By all the stars, an alien transmission cut through their frequencies. Where did these come from? But the surprises were just beginning. "Launch the fleet," Admiral Ross commanded. Across Earth, hidden bases opened. From underwater facilities, mountain bunkers, and desert installations, humanity's warships rose into the sky. Each one carried weapons reverse-engineered from Martian technology, but improved far beyond what the aliens could understand. "Enemy fleet attempting to reposition," reported Captain Moore from the lunar base. "They're trying to achieve defensive formation." "Too late," General Stone said calmly. "The trap is already sprung." The alien ships found themselves surrounded on all sides. Earth's hidden fleet had emerged behind them while the shield's platforms blocked their front. The lunar base's weapon systems had them targeted from above. "This is impossible," came another alien transmission. "Their technology. They couldn't have developed this. They were primitive." Admiral Ross allowed herself a small smile as she opened a channel to the alien fleet. Her voice carried across every frequency they used. "We've been waiting for you." The alien ships began to power up their weapons, but Earth was ready. The shield's energy field activated, creating an impenetrable barrier around the planet. Nothing would get through unless humanity allowed it. Enemy vessels attempting to jump to faster than light speed. Reynolds reported from his mountain base. "Activate the gravity anchors," General Stone ordered. Another piece of humanity's advanced technology revealed itself. Hidden generators created focused gravity fields, trapping the alien ships in normal space. Their fastest ships, their strongest engines, couldn't break free. "We're detecting energy buildup in their weapons," Captain Moore reported from the lunar base. "Show them why that would be a mistake," Stone commanded. The shield's platforms powered up their main weapons. Based on quantum technology the aliens had never seen, these cannons could tear through any known defense. Humanity had spent centuries perfecting them in secret. Their flagship is broadcasting, Ross reported. They're requesting to communicate. In the underwater command center, General Stone nodded. Put them through all channels. The alien commander appeared on screens across Earth's defense network. The confidence was gone from its face, replaced by confusion and fear. How is this possible? It demanded. You were primitive. We watched your cities go dark. Your technology was failing. No, Stone replied simply. We showed you what we wanted you to see. We learned from the Martians. We read their warnings about you, about how you prey on developing worlds with your false promises of peace. The alien commander's eyes widened at the mention of Mars. For centuries, we prepared in silence. Stone continued. While you watched our fake cities and recorded our false signals, we built all of this. Every probe you sent taught us more about your technology. Every scan you made showed us your weaknesses. On her tactical display, Stone could see the alien fleet completely surrounded. Earth's ships and platforms had them targeted from every angle. There was no escape. Your ships are surrounded, she informed the alien commander. Your weapons are outmatched. Your engines are trapped. For the first time in your history, you faced someone who was ready for you. All across Earth's defense network, humans watched and waited. Centuries of preparation had led to this moment. Now, General Stone said, her voice carrying the weight of all humanity, shall we discuss the terms of your surrender? The trap had sprung perfectly. The hunters had become the hunted, and humanity's real message was about to be delivered. The alien commander's image filled the screens of every human command center. Behind it, alerts flashed across its bridge as its crews realized just how completely they were trapped. You don't understand what you're doing, the commander said. We represent the combined galactic coalition. We have thousands more ships, hundreds of worlds under our protection. General Stone's voice remained calm. Under your control, you mean? Like Mars was. We found their records. We know what your protection really means. From her orbital station, Admiral Ross watched the alien fleet's desperate attempts to find a way out. Their best sensors, their strongest weapons, their fastest engines, all useless against technology they'd never imagined possible. Show them what else we know, Stone ordered. Dr. White activated his transmission from the lunar base. The aliens watched in shock as their own history played before them. Recordings from the Martian archives showing world after world falling to their peaceful guidance program. You've used the same tactics for centuries, Captain Moore said from her command post. The same weapons, the same strategies. You never thought someone might be learning from your mistakes. The alien commander's confidence crumbled as it realized the truth. Earth hadn't just prepared defenses. They had studied every aspect of the coalition's technology and tactics. These are our terms, General Stone announced. First, the coalition will withdraw from all developing worlds. Every planet you've conquered under the pretense of help will be freed. Impossible, the commander protested. Those worlds need our guidance. Commander Reynolds spoke next, his voice hard. Need your guidance, like Mars needed it. We've already contacted these worlds through quantum channels you can't detect. They're waiting for our signal to rise up. This news hit the alien commander like a physical blow. Its eyes darted to different screens, probably receiving confirmation that Reynolds spoke the truth. Second, Admiral Ross continued, Earth will establish a new defense network. Any civilization that wants protection from your peaceful guidance will receive it. We've already begun sharing our quantum shield technology with your former victims. The alien commander's face showed real fear now. Its entire empire was about to crumble. And finally, General Stone said, this is humanity's official warning to your coalition and any others who prey on developing worlds. We're here now. We're watching. And we're ready. To demonstrate their point, Captain Moore activated the lunar base's main weapon. A beam of focused quantum energy lanced out, precisely cutting one of the aliens' empty scout ships in half. That was one of our smallest weapons, Moore informed them. Would you like to see what our larger ones do? The alien commander looked at something off-screen, probably damage reports from the destroyed ship. Whatever it saw made it sink back into its chair. How? It asked finally. How did you develop all this in secret? Because we learned patience from the Martian archives, General Stone explained. While you watched our holographic cities and listened to our fake transmissions, we built our real civilization underground, underwater, hidden behind technology you never thought to look for. She leaned forward, her voice carrying the weight of centuries of human preparation. We could destroy your fleet right now, but that's not our way. Instead, you're going to carry our message to every species in this galaxy. Humanity is awake. We're advanced, and we will protect any world that asks for our help. Through the quantum network, reports began flowing in. Across the galaxy, worlds that had suffered under coalition control were rising up. Earth's hidden agents had spent years preparing them for this moment. Your choice is simple, Admiral Ross told the alien commander. Accept our terms, or find out exactly how advanced our weapons really are. The commander looked at the rings of Earth ships surrounding its fleet, at the shield's platforms with their quantum weapons, at the lunar base's massive cannon still glowing from its demonstration shot. We accept your terms, it said finally. General Stone nodded. Release their engines, she ordered. Let them limp home to spread the word. As the alien fleet retreated, their ships damaged and their empire crumbling, humanity's leaders shared a moment of quiet victory. Centuries of preparation had paid off. Earth had not only protected itself, it had changed the balance of power in the galaxy forever. The hunters had become the guardians, and any species that thought to prey on developing worlds would think twice, knowing that humanity was watching, ready, and waiting. The age of conquest was over. The age of protection had begun.